Welcome to Wrestleverse. This series isn't just about playing Universe Mode. Unlike the university that gives tips and tricks to improve Universe Mode for yourself, this is a completely niche series where we're talking about building an entire world of professional wrestling, from contracts to character motivation. This is where we lay the foundation. Welcome to setting up your very own universe in the multiverse. There's so many verses in this series, it's ridiculous. Anyways, as always, welcome to the goddamn show. So we're going to start off, as I always try to do and help you guys out. I've made you a spreadsheet, and the spreadsheet is key. Now, the spreadsheet is going to continuously be edited to have things like match cards and everything on there, but at the moment there is a good draft tool on there, so this spreadsheet will be key to drafting your rosters. So first, use the spreadsheet I mentioned to select all the wrestlers from every promotion. You can see at the bottom of the spreadsheet that I've shared that there will be WWE 2k25 roster, there will be WWE wrestlers that are not in the game, and there will also be non-WWE wrestlers. I will update this and add more. It's not fully reflective of every single wrestler outside of WWE, but it's as many as I could think of. I think I picked AEW, AAA and TNA. I did most of them, and just some that came off the top of my head. So all you have to do on the spreadsheet is go across to the checkbox. If you tick the checkbox, they will get added to what is called the draft pool. The draft pool is the complete wrestlers, is a complete list of the wrestlers employed by your federation. And I know it's hard to imagine, but you can imagine the ones that you didn't select are elsewhere in the universe mode. Now, something I want to talk about, and I get asked a lot, is what is the sweet spot for roster? Now, I always say 35 to 40. The reason I don't say 70 or 80, or I don't advocate against it either, is because if you're more than capable of managing two or three rosters with 80 superstars, credit to you, because I can't do it. But 35 to 40 is a manageable size. It's not too small. There's plenty of variety. I think I did a calculation. There's over 10,000 match variants you can do. And probably unlimited if you include multi-man matches. So 35 to 40 for me is what I call the sweet spot. This size gives everyone a chance to shine and makes every win feel important. Step 3. So we've built our draft pool, and we've got the roster size, so we're going to do Raw, SmackDown and NXT, 35 to 40 superstars each. We've selected around 120 people from that list that I've made on the spreadsheet. Now we have to think about character depth. So this is just a preliminary brainstorming thought. You don't have to do it for all 120 superstars, but is there any superstars on that list that you've added to your draft pool that you really like, or you feel are really underrated, that you want to give a personality to? That's something you can do. Before you do that, just forgot to mention, once you go to draft pool, there should be a select option for Raw, NXT, on SmackDown. I will be adding more options like AEW, TNA, etc. In the future. So make sure you join the Discord to keep up to date with that. It will not be a case you'll be waiting months for this. I'm going to be working tirelessly on this spreadsheet to make it perfect, and it'll be updated pretty much every single day. So just obviously, if you're just using Raw, SmackDown and NXT, it's already set up for you. If not, just join the Discord, let me know what promotion or anything you want added, and I can just do it straight away. But back to the character depth. So don't just assign heel or babyface, go deeper. Are they who they are on television that we currently see now, or are you reinventing them? Is a heel a cowardly heel, or is he a dominant heel? Is a babyface an underdog or a fighting champion? There's, in every aspect that you assign to a wrestler, whether it be heel or babyface, there's always branches, and there's always like types of. Furthermore, wrestling is a business, so when we're making a universe mode of this style, we're thinking about realism and business aspects. So we're going to create an ecosystem, and this is crucial for the verse feeling like professional wrestling. So how can we, and what features can we include on a spreadsheet to make it so that this feels more than just a universe mode? Well, the first thing that I've noted down is a contract ecosystem. So you could be in a position where, I know that obviously some of you guys only play WWE Universe Mode once through per year, but if it is the case, you can simulate some of it and get multiple years. You could sign, let's use AJ Styles for an example, because he's the first wrestler I thought of. So in an ecosystem, you can literally write on a spreadsheet promotions that are active in my universe. You don't even have to simulate anything, you can just say they're active. You could sign AJ Styles to a 2-year contract, but 18 months into his contract there could be a disagreement, and he could want to rip up the contract by mutual consent. Once that is done, you could write a story or even a social media post which shows that AJ Styles jumped ship to TNA because his contract has expired and he was just not happy with it. This is what an ecosystem is. It's implementing the realistic aspects of professional wrestling. And assigning goals is also key. So motivation is key. Every single wrestler needs a goal before you play, especially the wrestlers that are going to be heavily involved. So for example, some I've kind of gone like for a really basic goal and some more advanced roles. And like I say, this series is specifically aimed at people that want a really complex and dynamic universe mode. So some of the goals that I've listed is win 5 matches, get 1 shot at a mid-card title, or reach the main event scene by Summer, or win the world title by SummerSlam. There's just some examples of some little goals that I've wrote down. But as always in universe mode, as all of us know, the unpredictable pivot can be a thing. You have to allow in professional wrestling for organic change. Now, a mid-carder can sometimes be overwhelming and hit a hot streak, and you can be playing through the game or booking a game and think, oh my god. Let's give an example. LA Knight. I know that it's not quite gone the way that we want it to in WWE. LA Knight was brought in. He was, 40 years old. He was just there to be a filler. I don't think they ever expected him to reach the heights with the connection with the fans as he did. But that's an example of organic change. Same as Karrion Kross, even though that movement's gone quite quiet. It's all about who resonates with you. If you, for example, have Javon Evans, who you call up to the main roster, he's competing in the mid-card division, and then you're like, oh my god, the matches are so good. Like, I'd love to see this in my world titles scene, but you hadn't planned it. Be ready to pivot. The goal of getting a mid-card title shot might become that of they're too hot to stop, push them to the main event. Let the gameplay dictate the change. To make this universe feel alive, you need depth. Make sure you have at least 3 to 4 feuds going on at once. We'll talk more about booking. We'll talk more about in the next about setting up your shows, setting up a calendar. We'll talk more about that kind of stuff. No one needs to feel stale though. So most importantly, don't be afraid to do things like resting your top stars for a month or 2 after a major PLE. It makes the return feel bigger. But this is the foundation of your Wrestleverse roster. Next time we'll dive into things like championships, power rankings, creating shows, and expanding on the spreadsheet, where we're going to look at things like setting up the calendar, setting up power rankings, setting up divisions. So hopefully I'll have that done for the next episode. Guys, as always, you've been awesome. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this new series. It's a bit more in-depth. It's a bit more headachy, but it will help you, I'm sure. If you haven't already joined the Discord, it's link in the description. Thank you for watching as always. I'll see you in the next one, and peace.